This show is in the public domain. Therefore, photography and videography is permitted during this performance. Please be kind to our cast and videographers by refraining from filming video and flash of photography. Also, please take this time to silence all electronics. Come back next week for the company's production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame in the PAC downstairs. Before we begin, as is club tradition, please rise for the singing of God Save the King.
God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the King.
What is it?
Oh, Angus, you frightened me.
Meg, my own body, Meg.
Angus, why, lad, what's wrong with you? There are teardrops in your bonny blue eyes.
Don't mind them, Meg. It comes from looking at your bright beauty. Why, looking at you, it's like looking at the noonday sun.
Angus, you're talking foolishly. It's the way the dandy town folk speak to me, and it doesn't come rightly from the lips of a simple man.
Meg, forgive me, for I speak honestly to you. Angus McAllister is not the man to deal in weak compliments. Meg, I love thee dearly, as thou well knowest. I'm but a poor lad, and I've got about 2 brawny arms and a straight heart to live by. But I've saved a little bit of silver. I've a great house and a scrap of good garden land, and it's all for thee, lassie, if you'll give me your true and tender little heart.
Angus, I'll be fair and straight with you. You asked me for my heart. Why, Angus, you're tall and fair and brave. You have a good, honest face and a good, honest heart, which is more precious than all the gold on earth. No man has a word to say against Angus McAllister. No, nor any woman either. You have 2 strong arms to work with and a strong heart to help you work. And who am I that I should say that all these blessings are not enough for me? If you, good, brave, honest lad, will have such a humble little mousie as Maggie McFarlane, why, she'll just be the happiest girl in all Dumfries.
My darling!
Why, Angus, Maggie, what's all this?
Mistress McFarlane, don't be angry with me. Don't think worse of me than I deserve. I've loved you, lass, honestly, these 15 years, but I never plucked up the heart to tell her so, until now. And when she answered fairly, it wasn't in human nature to do aught else but to hold her to my heart and place one kiss on her bonny cheek.
Oh, Angus, say no more. My heart is sore at losing my only child, and I'm not angry with you. It's been the hope of my widowed old heart to see you two become one. You'll treat her kindly, I know that well. You're a prosperous, church-going lad, and my Meg should be a happy lass indeed. Oh, bless you, Angus, bless you.
Don't heed the water in my eye. It will come when I'm so glad. Yes, I'm a fairly prosperous man, what with farming a bit of land and working odd times, and a bit of poaching now and again, and what with my illicit whiskey still, and throwing trains off the line that the poor beleaguered passengers may come to my cup. I've more than one way of working an honest living, and I'll work them all night and day for my bonny Meg.
You know, Angus, I sometimes think you've lost some of your old skill at upsetting railway trains. It's been 6 weeks since you've done such a thing, and the cottage stands in dire need of such chance custom as the poor delayed passengers would bring.
No, mother, you wrong him. Even now, this very day, has Angus not placed 2 great beams upon the upline ready for the express from Glasgow, which is due in about 2 minutes or so?
Good lad, good thoughtful lad. I hope the unfortunate passengers won't be much hurt, poor unconscious bodies.
Fear not, mother. Long experience has taught me to do my work definitely. The train will run off the line, and the traffic will be blocked for just half a day. But I'll warn you that, with all this, no man, woman, or child among them will have so much as a bruised head or a broken nose.
My tender-hearted Angus, he wouldn't hurt so much as a buzzing bluebottle fly.
No, Meg, not if taking thought and care could help the poor dumb thing. See, lass, the train's run off the line, and no harm's been done. I'll just go and tell the poor passengers that they may come and stay my cot if they wish, till the line is clear again. Mother, get your rooms ready, and put porridge in the pot, for maybe there'll be poor hungry souls. Meg, I'll be back before long, and if I don't bring you a full half-dozen of well-paying passengers, you may just wed the red-headed exciseman. Farewell.
Oh, Mother, I'm so happy. I've not deserved such a good fortune as to be the wife of this brave and honest lad.
Oh, Meg. Your mother's heart is sore at the thought of losing you. For until now, she's just been all the world to you, but now you'll cleave to your Angus, and you'll learn to love him better than your old mother. But it must be, it must be.
No, Mother, don't say that. A good girl loves her husband with one love, and her mother with another. They are not the same, but each is important, and they dwell together in peace and unity. That is how a good girl loves.
Are you a good girl, Meg?
I am a very good girl indeed, Mother.
I'm right sure of that. Well, poor delayed passengers will be here directly, and it is our duty to provide for them such hospitality as our humble roof can afford. It shall never be said of Janie McFarlane that she ever turned away a weary traveler fainting from her door.
My gentle-hearted mother.
Step in, sir, step in. Sit down for me. I'll just send the Mistress McFarlane to you. She's a good old body, and will see to your comforts as if she were your own mother.
We thank you, worthy lad, for your kindness in these trying moments. I assure you we will not forget it.
Ah, sir, won't any man do us such? All we have is dry shelter, a bannock and a pan of porridge, but such as it is, you're heartily welcome.
It is well. We thank you.
For who wouldn't help the unfortunate?
Exactly. Everyone would.
Or feed the hungry?
Of course.
Aye, it just brings a tear to my eye to think that...
Sir, we would be alone, this maiden and I. Farewell. Belinda, my own, my life, compose yourself. It was a strange and gruesome accident. Your parasol is broken, your butterscotch is trampled in the dust, but no real harm is done. We are safe, quite safe.
Safe, Bovani? I fear we are not safe so long as we are liable to be overtaken by that dreadful Major to whom I was to be married this morning.
Major McGillicuddy? I confess I am uneasy when I think of Major McGillicuddy.
You know his barbaric nature and how madly jealous he gets. If he should find I eloped with you, he would surely shoot us both.
Yes, it is an uneasy prospect. Belinda, do you love me?
With an impetuous passion that I shall take with me to the tomb.
Then be mine tomorrow. Gretna is not far off, and the thing may be done without delay. Then the hand of the law, the arm of the law, will protect us from this fearful major, and we can defy him to do his worst.
Bovani, all this is quite true. I love you, madly, passionately. I care to live but in your heart. I breathe but for your love. But before I consent to take this irrevocable step that would place me in the pinnacle of my fondest hopes, I would like some definite idea of your pecuniary position. I'm not mercenary, heaven knows, but business is business, and I would like some definite information about the settlements.
Ah, yes. Well, Belinda, I will be frank with you. I hold but £1,000 a year on certain circumstances. You know my friend Chevois Hill, who is travelling to London with us in the same train, but in the third class.
I believe I know the man you named.
Yes, well, this man Chevois is a young man of large property, but extremely close-fisted, is cursed with a strangely amatory disposition. You will admit when I tell you that he has contracted a habit of proposing marriage as a matter of course, to every woman he meets. His hearty father, of a very old family, the Chabois Hills, they settled in this part of the country centuries before the conquest. Though his health compels him to stay in Madeira, he knows that I exercise an almost but supernatural power over his son, and fearing that his son's affectionate disposition will cause him to contract an undesirable marriage, he grants me £1,000 a year so long as Chabois lives single. But upon his death, or his marriage, the money goes over to his uncle, Simperson, who is traveling with him to London in the same train.
So long as you maintain your influence over him, you maintain your income?
That is, I am sorry to say, the state of the case.
Belvani, I love you with an ardor that mocks the power of words. If I were to begin to speak on the subject of my indomitable passion for you, the tomb would close over me before I could exhaust the interesting subject. But, as I said before, unless you can give me some definite probability that your income is permanent, I have no other option but to weep my heart out in maiden solitude, uncared for, unloved, and alone.
There goes the noble-hearted girl indeed. Oh, for the gift of Chabois' airy badinage. Oh, for his skill at weaving nets about the hearts of women. If only I could induce her to marry me before that fearful major learns of our flight. But why not? We are in Scotland. Methinks I heard that two loving hearts can wed in this strange country by merely making declaration to the effect. I shall come up with some cunning scheme to induce her into marriage unawares.
Won't you walk in and rest a bit, Mr. Belvani? There's a room ready for you, kind sir, and you're heartily welcome to it.
It is well. Stop, maiden, come hither.
You do not mean any harm towards a poor, innocent cottage lassie.
Harm? Of course I don't. What do you mean?
I'm but a poor, humble mountain girl, but let me tell you, sir, that my character's just as dear to me as the richest and proudest ladies in all the land. Before I consent to approach you, swear to me that you mean me no harm.
Harm? Of course I don't. Come hither, maiden.
There is something in his manner that reassures me. It is not that of the airy trifler with innocent hearts. What would you with poor, harmless Maggie McFarlane, good sir?
Could you tell me, what constitutes a Scotch marriage?
Oh, sir, there's no use asking me that, for my heart is not my own to give. I'm betrothed to the best and bravest lad in all the bonny borderland. Oh, sir, I cannot be your bride.
Maiden, you mistake me. I do not want you for my bride. Can't you answer a simple question? What constitutes a Scotch marriage?
You've just to say before two witnesses, Maggie McFarlane is my wife, and I've just to say, Mr. Belvani is my husband, and no man can set us asunder. But, sir, I cannot be your bride, for I am betrothed to the best and bravest lad in all the bonny borderland.
I congratulate you. You can go.
Yes, sir.
It is a simple process. Simple, yet so beautiful. One thing's for certain. Chabois may marry any day, and then I shall be penniless. He may die, and equally I shall be penniless. Belinda has but £500 a year. It is not much, but it would at least keep me from starvation.
Well, here we are at last.
Oh, yes, here we are at last, and a pretty state I'm in, to be sure.
Oh, my dear boy, you would travel third class, and this is the consequence. After all, there's not much harm done.
Not much harm. What do you call this? My hat is gone, a 10 and 9 pence at one operation. My gloves split, 1 and 4. My coat is ruined, 18 and 6. It's a coarse and brutal nature that recognizes no harm that doesn't involve a loss of blood. I'm reduced by this accident from a thinking, feeling, reflecting human being to a moral pulp, a mash, a poultice. Damn it, sir, that's what I am, a poultice.
Chauvelin, my dear nephew, at the moment of the accident, you were speaking to me on a very interesting topic.
Was I? I quite forget what it was. The accident knocked it clean out of my head.
Well, you were telling me that you are a young man of good position and fortune, that you derive £2,000 a year from your shares in the Royal Indestructible Bank, and that you thought it was time you settled. You then reminded me that I should come into Belvani's £1,000 a year upon your marriage. And I think you might have mentioned just casually that my daughter Minnie is an angel of light.
True. And just then we went off the line. To resume, Uncle Simperson, your daughter Minnie is an angel of light, a perfect human being, as innocent as a new-laid egg.
Oh yes, Minnie is indeed all that you have described her.
Uncle, I am a man of few words. I feel and I speak. I love Minnie madly, passionately. She is my whole life, my whole soul and body. She is my past, my present, my future, my own to come. I thought of nothing but her. She fills my mind, sleeping and waking. She is the essence of airy hope, the tree upon which the fruit of my heart is growing, my own to come.
Chauvelin, my dear boy, excuse an old man's tears. You have anticipated my devoutest wish. Chauvelin, my dear boy, take her, she is yours!
I have often heard of rapture, but I never knew quite what it was until now. Uncle Sanderson, bearing in mind the fact that your income will date from the day of the wedding, when may it be?
Oh, my dear boy, the sooner the better! The sooner the better! Delicacy would prompt me to give Belvane some warning of the impending loss of his income, but should I, for such a selfish reason as that, deprive my daughter of but 1 second of the joy that you are about to bestow upon her? No, dear boy, duty to my child is paramount.
On one condition, however, I must insist. This must be kept from Belvani's knowledge. You know the strange, mysterious influences extraordinary eyes exercise over him.
Yes, I have remarked upon it with astonishment.
They're much inflamed just now, and he has to wear spectacles. While this lasts, I am a free agent, but under treatment, they may recover. In that case, if he knew that I contemplated matrimony, he would use them to prevent my doing so, and I cannot resist them. I cannot resist them. Therefore, I say, until I am safely and securely tied up, Belvani must know nothing about it.
Oh, trust me, dear boy, he shall know nothing of it from me. 1,000 a year, 1,000 a year! I have endeavored, but in vain, to woo fortune for 56 years, and she smiles upon me at last. I say she smiles upon me at last. 1,000 a year, I shall be rich!
At length my hopes are to be crowned. Oh, my own, the hope of my heart, my love, my life.
Chauvelin, who are you apostrophizing in those terms? You're at it again, I see.
Belvani, that apostrophe was private. I decline to admit you into my confidence.
Whence comes this tone of defiance? But a week ago I had to express a wish and have it obeyed as a matter of course.
Belvani, it may not be denied that there was a time when, owing to the strange influence you exercised over me with your extraordinary eyes, you could do with me as you would. It would be affectation to deny it. Your eyes withered my will, paralyzed my volition. They were strange and lurid eyes, and I bowed to them. Those eyes were my fate, my destiny, my unerring must, my inevitable shall. But that time has gone forever.
Alas, alas, the days are gone, and the good that came of them.
Weep for them if you like. I cannot weep with you, for I love them not. But it is as you say, they are past. The light that lit up those eyes is extinct. Their fire has gone out, their soul is fled. They're not eyes, they are poached eggs. I have not yet sunk so low as to be enslaved by 2 poached eggs.
Have mercy! If any woman has managed in enslaving you, and I know how easily you are enslaved, then dismiss her from your thoughts immediately. I have nothing more to say to her, and I will, yes, I will bless you with my latest breath.
Whether a blessing conferred with one's latest breath is a superior article to one conferred in robust health, we need not stop to inquire. I decline, as I said before, to admit you into my confidence on any terms whatsoever. Be gone. I have nothing more to say to... Dismiss her from my thoughts. I have nothing more to say to the tree upon which the fruit of my heart is growing. No, Belvani. I cannot cut off my tree as if it were gas or water. I don't treat women like that. Some men do, but I don't. I'm not that sort of man. I respect women. I love women. That they are good, they are pure, they are beautiful. At least, some of them are. This one, for example, is very, very beautiful indeed.
If you just walk in, sir, you'll find a bannock and a pan of porridge waiting for you on the table.
This is one of the loveliest women I have ever met in the whole course of my life.
What's he looking at? Oh, sir, you mean no harm towards the poor cottage lassie.
Pardon me, it's very strange. I can't help it, but I am arrested, fascinated.
Oh, sir, what's fascinated you?
There is something about you that seems to weave a kind of enchantment about me. I can't think what it is. You are a good girl, I am sure. Only a good girl could so powerfully affect me. You are a good girl, are you not?
I am a very good girl indeed, sir.
I was quite sure of it.
I am a much better girl than 19 out of 20 in these parts, and they are all good girls too.
My darling.
Oh, kind sir, what's that for?
It is your reward for being a good girl.
Oh, sir, I did not seek such a recompense. You are very good to poor little Maggie McFarlane.
I cannot think what it is about you that fascinates me so remarkably.
Maybe it's my beauty.
Maybe it is. It could be that it is, as you say, your beauty.
I am remarkably pretty, and I have a very neat figure.
How exquisitely modest is this appreciation of your own singular loveliness. How infinitely more charming than the affected ignorance of an artificial town-bred beauty.
Sir, am I to close my eyes to the picture my looking glass shows 20 times a day? We see the rose on the tree, and we say that it is fair. We see the moon in the blue heavens, and we say that it is bright. And we see the stream flowing over smooth stones, and we say that it is beautiful. And shall we close our eyes to the fairest of nature's works, a pure and beautiful woman? Why, it would just be base ingratitude indeed. It is best to tell the truth about all things. I am a very beautiful girl.
Maggie McFarlane, I'm a plain, blunt, straightforward man, and I come quickly to the point. I see more to love in you than I ever saw in any woman in all my life, ever before. I love you passionately. I have a large income, which I do not spend recklessly. You are to be the light of my life, the essence of every hope. You are the tree upon which the fruit of my heart is growing. You are to be my past, my present, my future. You are to be my own to come. Tell me, will you be mine? Will you join your life with mine?
Oh, sir, I am sorely grieved to win so tender and true a love as yours, but my heart is not my own to give. It's been given over to the best and bravest lad in all the bonny borderland.
Give me his address, that I may go and curse him.
Oh, sir, you must not curse him. Oh, spare him, for he loves me so well, and I love him so dearly. And you must not curse him, or I shall die.
Will you, or will you not, give me his address, that I may at once go and curse him?
He is here, sir. But don't waste your curses on me. Maggie, my bairn, I heard the answer you gave this man, my true and gentle lassie. You spoke well and bravely, Meg, well and bravely. Don't heave the water in my eye. It's a tear of joy and gratitude, Meg, a tear of joy and gratitude.
Poor fellow. I would not curse him. Young man, I respect your honest emotion. I don't want to distress you, but I cannot help loving this most charming girl. Tell me, is it reasonable to quarrel with a man because he's of the same way of thinking as yourself?
Nay, sir, I'm not angry, but it just seems to drive all the blood back into my heart when I hear that my Meg is loved by another. Oh, sir, she's a fair and winsome lass, and I might as well be angry with you for loving the blue heavens. She's just as far above us as they are.
Pardon me, I cannot allow that.
Huh?
I love that girl, madly, passionately. And I cannot permit you to do that, not in front of my eyes. I beg, you simply torture me.
Leave, dear, till the poor gentleman's gone, and then we can begin again.
Angus, listen to me. You love this girl.
I love her, sir, almost as much as I love myself.
Then reflect how you are standing in the way of her prosperity. I am a rich man. I have money, position, and education. I am a much more intellectual and generally agreeable companion for her than you can ever hope to be. I am full of anecdotes, and all my anecdotes are in the best possible taste. I will tell you some of them, some of these days, and you can judge for yourself. Maggie, if she married me, would live in a nice house in a good square. She would have wine occasionally. She would be kept beautifully clean. Now, if you really love this girl almost as much as you love yourself, are you doing wisely or rightly in keeping her from getting all of these good things? As to compensation, why, I've had heavy expenses of late, but if 30 shillings?
Sir, I'm poor in pocket, but I have a rich heart. It is rich in a pure and overflowing love, and he that hath love hath all. He can't know what true love is, sir, or else you wouldn't dare to insult a poor but honest lad by offering to buy his treasure with money.
My own true darling.
No, I'll not have it. Understand me, I'll not have it. Angus, respect your indignation when you are too hasty. I don't offer to buy your treasure for money. If you love her, it will naturally cause you pain to let her go, and prescribe the 30 shillings not as a cure, as a temporary solace. If that's not enough, I don't mind making it, £2.
Nay, sir, it's impossible. And we know it well, do we not, my true ones? Our hearts are one as our bodies will be someday, and the man is not born, and the gold is not coined, that can set us two asunder.
Angus, I'm proud of such staunch and true love. It's like your true self, and I can say no more for it than that. But don't act without prudence and forethought, dear. In these trying times, £2 is £2, and I'm not sure you're acting rightly in refusing so large a sum.
Oh, sir, it's not this rare modesty. Could you find it among your town-bred fine ladies? I think not. Maggie, it shall be as you say. I'll take the silver, but it will be with a sore and broken heart. Very well, my love. My childhood, boyhood, manhood's love. You're going from my heart to another, who will give you more of all the good things of this world has to offer, except for love, and of that my heart is full indeed. But it's all for the best. You'll be happier with him, and £2 is £2. Oh, Meg, be a gentle wife to him, love him as you loved me, and treat him well. Oh, Meg, my sore bruised heart is one I like to break.
Poor laddie, poor laddie. Oh, I didn't know till now how well he loved me.
Maggie, I'm almost sorry. Poor lad, poor fellow. I'm glad I did not curse him. This is weakness. Maggie, my own, forever and always my own. We will be very happy, will we not?
Oh, I don't know, but in truth, I hope so. Oh, sir, my happiness is in your hands now, and if you forsake me, my lot will be a sore one indeed.
Poor lowland lassie. That's my idea of a wife. No ridiculous extravagance, no expensive tastes. Knows how to dress like a lady on £5 a year. And does it too. In that respect, she resembles Simperson's dear daughter, Minnie. My own Minnie. My own darling Minnie. Minnie is fair, Maggie loves me. An excellent and perfect country feature loves me. She is to be the light of my life, my own to come. In some respects, she's even prettier than Minnie, my own darling Minnie. The tree upon which the fruit of my heart is growing, my past, my present, my future, my own to come. But this tendency to reverie is growing on me. I must shake it off. Heaven and earth, what a singularly lovely girl.
A stranger. Pardon me. I will withdraw.
A stranger, indeed, in one sense. Inasmuch she has not yet had the happiness of meeting you ever before. But in that is a heart that can sympathize with another's misfortune, she trusts him and claims to be counted almost as a friend.
May I ask, sir, to what misfortunes do you allude?
I do not know their precise nature, but that perception would indeed be dull, and that heart indeed flinty. Did I not at once perceive that you were very, very unhappy? Accept, madam, my deepest and most respectful sympathy.
You guessed rightly, sir. I am indeed a most unhappy woman.
I am delighted to hear it. I feel a pleasure, a melancholy and chastened pleasure in reflecting that if your distress is not of a pecuniary nature, it may lay within my power to alleviate your sorrow.
Impossible, sir, though I thank you for your respectful sympathy.
How many women would forego 20 years of their lives to become as beautiful as you are, little dreaming that such extraordinary loveliness coexists with such a poignant anguish of mind? But so too often we find it, do we not, dear lady?
Sir, this tone of address from a complete stranger.
Nay, be not too unreasonable upon the impassionable and impulsive man, whose tongue is but the all too faithful herald of his heart. You see the rose in the tree, we say that it is fair. You see the streams flowing over the smooth stones, we say that it is beautiful. And shall we, I say, turn our eyes from the fairest of nature's works, a poor and beautiful woman? It would be base ingratitude indeed.
Sir, there's much truth in these sentiments you so beautifully expressed, but I am too well aware that whatever personal advantages I may possess, beauty is not among them.
How exquisitely modest is this chaste insensibility to your own singular loveliness. How infinitely more winning than the bold-faced self-appreciation of underbred country girls.
I'm glad you admire my modesty.
Admire? Much more than admiration. I am enchanted. Madam, I'm a man of quick impulse and energetic action. I feel and I speak. I can't help it. Madam, be not surprised when I tell you that I cannot resist the conviction that you are to be the light of my future life. You are the essence of my every hope. You are the tree from which the fruit of my heart is growing, my past, my present, my future. You are to be my own to come. Do not extinguish that light. Do not disperse that essence. Do not blight that tree. I'm a rich man. I'm a bachelor. I'm 32, and I love you, madam, humbly, truly, trustfully, patiently, paralyzed with admiration. I wait anxiously and yet hopefully for your reply.
Sir, that heart would indeed be cold that did not feel gratitude for such earnest and deep-hearted devotion. I am grieved to cause one pain who has expressed himself in such well-spoken terms of respectful esteem. But, alas, I have already yielded up my heart to one, if I'm not mistaken, dear personal friend of yours.
Am I to understand then that to the young lady of property whom Belvani hopes to marry?
I am indeed that most unhappy woman.
And is it possible you love him?
With an impetuous ardor that I shall take with me to the tomb.
But there is a difficulty about his settlements, you see.
Yeah.
You see, at my marrying, his entire income goes over to Simperson. As it happens, I am engaged, I recollect, to Simperson's daughter. And if Belvani dares to interpose between you and me, then, by George, I will do it.
Oh, sir, you see that you love me, then for my sake, you must remain single forever. That is all I ask. It is not too much. You must never, never marry, and we'll both bless you with our latest breath.
There seems to be a special importance attached to a blessed conferred with one's latest breath that I entirely fail to grasp. It seems to me to convey no advantage of any kind whatsoever.
Cruel, cruel man.
We are lost! We are lost!
What do you mean?
Who has lost you?
Major McGillicuddy discovered your plight and followed in the next train. The line is blocked through our accident, and his train has pulled up within a few yards of our own. What do you say to that?
We are lost.
I disagree with you. I should say you are found.
Sir, this man is a reckless fire eater. He is very jealous of me, and if he sees us two together, he will surely shoot us both. I am no coward, but I do confess that I am uneasy.
Oh, sir, you are a graduate. Help us with this difficulty, we will both bless you.
With our latest breath.
That decides me. Madam, remain here with me. Volvani, withdraw. I will deal with this maniac alone. All I ask is, if I find it necessary to make a statement not consistent with the strictest truth, that you, madam, will unhesitatingly endorse it.
I will stake my existence on its veracity, whatever it may be.
Excellent. He is at hand. Belvani. Good. Now, madam, place your arms about me so. Repose upon my shoulders. Is this comfortable?
It's luxurious.
Good.
Are you sure it is not inconvenient?
No, not at all. Go back. I like it. Now, we're ready for him.
Where's the villain? I swear he is concealed somewhere. Search every tree, every bush, every geranium. Ha! They are here. Perjured woman, I have found you at last.
Save me.
Who is the unsightly scoundrel on whom you have flown? The unpleasant-looking scamp on whom you dared infer to me? Uncurl yourself from that plain villain at once, unless you would share his fate.
Oh, please spare him.
Now, sir, perhaps you'll be so kind as to explain who the deuce you are and what you want with this lady.
I don't know who you may be, but I am McGillicuddy. I am betrothed to this lady. We were to have been married this morning. I waited from the church from 10 till 4, and I began to grow impatient.
Still, I think you must be laboring under some, delusion.
Oh, delusion? Oh, here's the cake.
Still, I think there's been a mistake somewhere. You see, this lady is my wife.
What? Belinda. Oh, Belinda, tell me that this unattractive man lies. Tell me that you are mine and only mine now and forever.
I cannot. This man is my husband.
There will now be a 5-minute intermission.
Take care, Parker. That's right. Here. How do I look? Oh, beautiful, miss. Quite beautiful. Oh, like really? As in really, truly beautiful? Oh, there's no doubt about it. I do so hope you and Mr. Chevalier will be so happy together. Oh, I'm sure we will. He says that I'm the tree upon which the fruit of his heart is blooming. And who could ask for anything more than that? Why, and he says that he is at his happiest when I'm at my happiest. So it will be my duty, Parker, my duty, to make myself as happy as I possibly can.
Well, my little lamb is ready for the sacrifice. You can go, Parker. And I am to lose my pet at last. My little Dicky bird is to be married today. Well, it's for her own good. I must try and bear it. I mustn't fret.
Oh, and as you are to come into, might I add, £1,000 a year by it. Oh, I hope you don't let it distress you so. You must bear it. You mustn't fret.
Well, my dear child, I cannot deny that £1,000 a year is a consolation. It's quite a fortune. I hardly know what I shall do with it all.
Oh, I know what you shall do with it. You shall spend much of it on brandy, more of it on billiards, and a great deal more on betting.
It might be so, I can't say it won't. I say these simple pleasures would tend to ease your dear old papa's declining years. And my little bird has not done badly either, has she?
Oh no, dear Papa, only fancy. Why, with Chavois' income being £2,000 a year from his share at the Royal Indestructible Bank.
Yeah, he don't spend 200 of it either. It is a shame, though, that my darling had not contrived to induce him to settle anything on her before marriage. That, I think, was remiss of my taunt.
Oh, dear Papa, Chavois is a very noble spirit. He is fair, kind, honorable. He is many things, but he does have a fault, and I dare say he is very stingy, very, very stingy. Why, he would rather lose his heart's blood than part with a shilling unnecessarily.
Still, I can't help but think if my Red Robin had worked him judiciously.
Oh, dear Papa, Chavois is an all but perfect character. Why, he is the very knightly chivalry. But he is also, among other things, one of the most ill-tempered men I have ever met in my simple little life. But I've come to the conclusion in my tiny little noodle that perhaps I might be able to work the situation better after marriage than I could have before.
Well, perhaps my little Wren is right.
Oh, don't laugh, dear Papa. When I say I'm quite sure, she is.
My darling daughter, take your dear old father's advice, the last he will ever be entitled to give you. If you would be truly happy in the marriage state, you must have your own way in everything. Brook no contradiction, accept no compromise, and give in to no debate. However wrong you may be, always maintain a firm, resolute, and united front. These were your angel mother's guiding principles through life, and she was a happy woman. I neglect these principles, and while she lived, I was a miserable wretch.
Oh, dear Papa, I have come to the conclusion in my simple little mind that it is my responsibility to fall in line with all of Chavois' views in everything before marriage, and then it will become Chavois' duty to fall in line with all of my views in everything after marriage. It only seems fair, don't you think?
Yes, I dare say it will come to that.
Oh, forgive me, but when I say I'm sure it will, I am.
Oh, dear child, dear child. I sometimes do fancy I see traces of an angel mother's disposition in her. Yes, I think she will be happy. Oh, but poor Chavois. Oh, Lord, poor Chavois. It don't bear thinking about.
Come here, manservant. Approach. I'm not going to bite you. Can I see you for a thing they call Lady Silverstone?
Well, really, it depends. There's nothing wrong, I hope.
Nothing wrong. Thoughtless, frivolous creature. You silly old butterfly. Nothing wrong. You have eyes in your head, a nose on your face, and ears on either side. Haven't you much learned?
Undoubtedly, but I beg to observe.
Have or have you not? The gift of simple apprehension. Can you or can you not? Draw conclusions. Go to. You offend me.
There is something wrong, and it's here. I'll fetch her. Whom shall I say?
Say the one on whose devoted head the black sorrows of a long lifetime have fallen, who, even as a funeral pause, craves a minute's interview with a dear old friend. You can recollect that message, can't you, butler?
Oh, I'll try, but I beg to observe, I am not the butler. This is a most surprising young person. Minnie, where are you?
At long last, I'm in my darling's home, the home of the bright, blithe, caroling thing that lit the miserable gloom of my school days. And what do I see? Tarts? Ginger wine? There are rejoicings of some kind afoot. Oh, I am out of place here. What do I have in common with tarts? Alas, I am ill-tuned to the scenes of revelry. Belinda! Minnie! My dear old friend. Oh, how And yet, despite the change that time and misery have brought me, you recognize me at once.
I recognize you from your message.
How wondrously fair you've grown. And this dress, why surely it is a bridal dress. Those tarts, this wine, surely it is not your wedding day.
It is. I shall be married in a half an hour.
Married? Strange chance. Oh, unheard of coincidence. Married. And to whom?
Oh, to my deepest love, my cousin, Mr. Chavois Hill. Perhaps you know the name.
I believe I've heard the name somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure you have. It's written all over his pocket handkerchiefs.
At least you know your husband's name. I don't know mine.
Have you forgotten it?
No, I never knew it. It is a dark secret. It lies in the eternal past.
Oh, tell me all about it.
It's a lurid tale. 3 months since, I fled a hated one to whom I was to be married. He pursued me. In my distress, I confided in a young and wealthy stranger, and acting on his advice, I declared myself to be his wife, and he declared himself to be my husband. We were parted immediately since, and have not seen each other either. But, according to the law of Scotland, it constituted as a Scotch marriage, though I didn't know it at the time.
Oh, what fun!
Fun? Or rather I say horror, destruction, chaos. I am rent with conflicting doubts. Perhaps he was already married. In that case, I am a baby in this. Perhaps he is alive. In that case, I am a wife. Perhaps he's dead. In that case, I am a widow. What am I? Am I single? Am I married? Am I a widow? Can I marry? Have I married? May I marry? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? What is my name? What is my condition in life? Did he leave me anything? And if so, is it riddled with conditions? And can I remarry without forfeiting it? Have I a mother-in-law? Have I a family of stepchildren? I do not know. What are their ages, names, sizes, and sexes, and dispositions? Until I know answers to these questions, peace and I are not on terms. But enough of my selfish sorrows. Tell me of this noble boy who's about to make you his. Has he any draws?
Oh, I never quite thought to think about it. I'm sure Papa can tell you.
Have those base and servile things called settlements been satisfactorily adjusted?
Oh, that never occurred to me to ask either, but I'm sure Papa knows.
Same artless little soul.
Oh, yes, you know me, artless. Quite artless. But now that you are here, you should stay and see me married.
I would willingly be a witness to my darling Troy, but this attire is scarcely in harmony with the suit of reverence.
You're no cheerful object, and that's the truth.
And yet, these charnel house ranks may remind the thoughtless banqueters that they are but mortal.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure Papa Sherry will remind them of that.
Then I shall hie me home and array myself in garments of a less somber hue.
I think it for the best, darling. You look fit for a funeral, but this is a wedding.
I see very little difference between the two, but it shall be as you say, though I have worn nothing but black since my miserable marriage. Shall there be breakfast?
Oh, yes, at my dear Chavois' home.
Then I shall return in time for it. Thank heaven I can still eat.
Here I am at last, quite flurried and hot after my usual row with the cabman. This one I wanted to be particularly calm and self-contained. I got the best of it, though. Dear me, this is a great day for me. A great day. Where's Minnie, I wonder? Arraying herself for the sacrifice, no doubt. This is a very nervous day. I sometimes wonder if I'm taking a prudent step. Marriage is a risky thing. It's like chancery. Once in it, you can't get out of it, and the costs are enormous. Here you are, fixed. 50 years hence, if we're both still alive, then we shall still be fixed. That's the devil of it. It's an unreasonably long time to be responsible for someone else's expenses. I don't see the use of making it for as long as that. It seems greedy to take up half a century of another person's undivided attention. Besides, one never knows. One may find someone else one like better. That uncommonly nice girl I met in Scotland, for instance. No. It shall be true to my Minnie, quite true. I'm quite determined that nothing shall shake my constancy to Minnie. What a devilish pretty girl.
He's a mean young man, but he ought to be worth half a crown today.
Come here, my dear. How do I look?
Oh, very nice indeed, sir.
Really?
Really?
Tempting. Eh?
Very tempting indeed.
The married state is an enviable state, Parker.
Is it? I hope it may be. It depends.
What do you mean by it depends? You're a member of the Church of England, I trust. Then don't you know that in saying it depends, you are flying in the face of the marriage service. Don't go and pour cold water on the married state. I know what you're going to say. It's expensive. So it is, at first, very expensive. But with economy, you soon retrench that. By marvelous provision of nature, what's enough for one becomes enough for two. But that phenomenon points directly to the married state as our natural state.
Oh, for that matter, sir, a tigress would get on with you. You're so gentle, so liberal, so, well, there's really only one word for it. Dove-like.
What? You've noticed that, have you? Well, as dove-like as I am, Parker, I am, in other respects, I am a man, Parker, of an impetuous and headstrong nature. Don't beat about the bush. Come quickly to the point. I tell you a secret. There's something about you, I don't know what it is, that, in other words, you are the tree upon which... No, damn it, Chavois, not today.
What a way you have with you, sir.
What? You've remarked that, have you? Yes, I have a way with you, there's no doubt about it. Whenever I see a pretty girl, and you are a very pretty girl, I can't help putting my arm like that. Now, as pleasant as the sort of thing is, you find it pleasant, don't you? Yes, you find it pleasant. As pleasant as this sort of thing is, it is decidedly wrong.
It is decidedly wrong in a married man.
True. In a married man, it's abominable. I should be married in half an hour. That's why I must struggle with this tendency. Subdue it and conquer it in half an hour. Not that there's harm in putting your arm around a girl's waist, either, for respectable people do it when they waltz.
Yes, sir, but when a band's playing.
True. When a band's playing, it doesn't matter. When a band's not playing, it's very dangerous, you see. You begin like this. You go from one thing to the other, getting more and more affectionate, until you reach this stage. Not that there's any harm in kissing, either. For you see fathers and mothers who have set a good example kissing their children every day.
Lord, sir, kissing's nothing. Everybody does that.
That is your experience, is it? Brother tallies with my own. Take it that I am your father and you are my daughter, or I am your husband and you my wife, and it would be expected of me.
But I'm not your wife, sir.
No, not yet. That, of course, makes the difference. That's why I say I must subdue this tendency, struggle with it, conquer it, in half an hour.
Parker, where is Mr. Chavois?
Where's your mistress? My dear, she is coming. Will you excuse me? Thank you. Good day, Parker.
Not so much as a shilling, and that man's worth thousands.
Minnie, my own, to come.
Oh, Chavois, you mustn't crush me. You'll soil my dress. How do you like it?
It's lovely. It's a very beautiful material.
Oh, yes, Papa's been going it.
But you're indebted to me for that dress.
To you? Oh, thank you.
Yes, I said to your papa, now, do at once let the girl have a nice dress. Be liberal. Buy the very best money can procure. You'll never miss it. So, thanks to me, he went and got you this beauty. 17 6 a yard if it's a penny. Oh, dear me. To think that in half an hour this magnificent dress will be my property.
Yes, and thanks to you hosting breakfast at your house, dear Papa was able to provide me with the best dress that money could procure.
Yes, I did offer to provide the breakfast on a reckless moment. That's so like me. It was a rash offer, but I've made it, and so I'll stick to it. Then there's the cake.
Oh, tell me about the cake.
Very little cake is eaten at a wedding breakfast, so I've ordered what's known as the 3/4 article.
Ah, 3/4 cake and the rest wood.
No. A 3/4 wood and the rest is cake. Take care you don't cut into the wood, for it must be returned to the pastry cook to be refilled for another occasion. I thought at first of getting the 7/8 article, but then I thought, one isn't married every day, it's only once a year. I mean, it's every so often. So I said, pay the expense, let's do the thing right. and so it's 3/4.
Oh, Chavois, how good you are to me. We shall be very happy together, shall we not?
I hope so. Yes, I hope so. Very happy like 2 little kittens.
Oh, delightful.
Economically happy like 2 sensible people.
Oh, we must be very economical.
A refined and economical elegance we must aim at. No pandering to jaded appetite, no vulgar tastes. 1 silver button shop, nicely royal for you, and 2 silver button shops, very nicely royal for me.
Oh, and floury potatoes.
A loaf of nice household bread,
And a stick of celery.
and a bit of cheese, and you've a dinner fit for a monarch.
Oh, Chavois, how shall we spend our evenings?
You shall play fireside games. Are you fond of fireside games?
Oh, they're such fun.
And we'll play it tailoring.
Tailoring? I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's a very great game. You should be the clever little jobbing tailor, and I shall be the particular customer who brings in his own materials to be made up. You shall take my measure, cut the cloth, real cloth, you know. You shall stitch it together and try it on. And I'll find fault with it like a real customer, and you shall alter it until it fits. When it fits perfectly, that counts 1 to you.
Oh, delightful.
And then there's another little fireside game which is great fun. We each take a bit of paper and pencil, and so you can jot down the nicest dinner for 9/10. The next day, we have it.
Oh, Chavois, what a paradise you hold open to me.
Yes, I think so too. How is Papa?
Oh, he is very well and very happy. He is going to extend all of his business based on £1,000 a year from his new income. And he plans to keep a manservant.
Oh, yes. I've been looking after some servants for him. They'll be here in the course of the morning. A maid, a cook, and a manservant. I found them through an advertisement. They're from the country and will come very cheap.
Oh, Chavois, how thoughtful you are. I'm a lucky girl. A very lucky girl.
Yes, I think so too. If only I can repress my tendency to think of that girl I met in Scotland. Chavois, my boy, you must make an effort. You're going to be married today, and that girl is nothing to you.
Please, sir, there's a gentleman here to see you.
My solicitor, no doubt, sent him in.
And please, some people have called about an advertisement.
Summerson's servants, no doubt. Send in the gentleman to me and tell the others to wait. Galvani, this is much unexpected.
Yes, Chavois, at last we meet. Oh, don't frown upon a heartbroken wreck.
Galvani, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I would not hide from you that I had not heard of you in 3 months. Those are the hooks that got rid of you forever.
Chavois, don't say that. I'm so unhappy, and you have it in your power to make me comfortable. Do this, and I will bless you with my latest breath.
It is a tempting offer. I am not proof against it. We all have our price, and that is mine. Proceed.
Well, yes, Miss Traherne, Belinda, who I love so dearly, will have nothing to say to me.
It does her credit. She's a very superior girl.
But it's all through you, Chavois. She declares that the declaration you made with her to protect her from McGillicuddy constitutes a Scotch marriage.
What?
She declares she is your wife. She professes to love me the same as ever, but a stern sense of duty to you prevents her from holding any conversation with me.
But, Galvani, this is absurd. You know it to be.
Yes, of course it is, but what is to be done? You and Sanderson left immediately after making the declaration, and she, seeing you had gone, implored me to tell her your name and address. I, of course, refused, and she left me and declared that she would spend her life finding you.
Well, this is simple madness. I can't have it. And this day, too, of all days. Why, if she claimed to me last week, or even yesterday, I wouldn't have minded. She is a devilish fine woman, but if she were to turn up now, Abavani, my dear friend, tell me what to do. I'll do anything.
Well, there seems to be some doubt as to whether the cottage is in England or in Scotland. If it is in England, she has no case. If it is in Scotland, I'm afraid she has. I have written to the owner of the establishment to ascertain, but if in the meantime she claimed, you must absolutely decline to recognize the marriage for the moment.
No, not for one moment.
But it was a mere artifice to protect her from McGillicuddy.
Nothing more.
It's monstrous, perfectly monstrous that should constitute a marriage. Why, it's disgraceful, it's abominable, damn, Chevrolet, it's immoral.
So it is. It's immoral. That settles it in my mind. It's immoral.
You're quite sure you'll be resolute, Chevrolet?
Resolute. I should think so. Why, in 20 minutes, I'm to be married to Minnie Simperson.
What?
Oh, I didn't tell you? Yes, I believe you're right. I did not tell you. It escaped me. Yes. Today is my wedding day.
Chevrolet, you can't be serious. You're joking. This can't be. Why, I lose £1,000 a year by it. Every penny I have in the world. It can't be. It's nonsense.
What do you mean by nonsense? The married state is an honorable estate, I'm given to understand. A man is not looked upon as having lost all sense of decency just because he's married, I'm given to understand. People haven't married before have not been irretrievably taboo to society in consequence, unless I'm grossly misinformed. So what the dickens do you mean by nonsense when I tell you I'm going to be married?
Chevrolet, be very careful how you make this next step. Beware how you involve an innocent lady in social destruction.
What do you mean, sir?
You cannot marry. You are a married man.
Come, this is trifling.
You are married to Miss Traherne. I was present and can depose to the fact.
You are not serious.
Never more serious in my life.
But, Abavani, reflect. As you very properly said just now, it was an artifice. It didn't mean anything. It was disgraceful. That should constitute a marriage. Damn it, Abavani, you said it would be immoral.
I may deplore the state of the law, but I cannot stand idly by and watch it deliberately violated before mine own eyes.
But, Abavani, reflect. I've prepared a wedding breakfast at great expense. I love Minnie. Madly, rapturously. She is the actual gift from which the root of my heart is growing. There's no mistake about it. I've prepared a great wedding breakfast to do her honor. I've bought 4 flies for a party. I've taken 2 second-class Cook's tourist tickets to Ilfracombe, Devon, Exeter, Cornwall, Westford Ho, and Binford Bay. The whole thing has cost me some 20 or 25 pounds. This will all be wasted. It will be wasted if you interfere. Oh, Belvani, dear Belvani, let the recollection of our long and dear friendship operate to prevent you from shipwrecking my future life.
I have a duty to do. I must do it.
But reflect, Belvani, if I am married to Mr. Hearn, you lose your income just as much as if I was married to Minnie Simperson.
Very true, no doubt. If you could prove you are married to her, but you can't.
Oh, those eyes.
You don't know where she is.
Oh, those eyes.
The cottage has been torn down, and the cottagers have emigrated to Patagonia.
Those eyes.
I am the only witness left. I can prove your marriage if I like, but you can't. Oh, what a terrible, sorry, and unfortunate circumstance for you, Chavois. Oh, dear Chavois, I assure you, you have my deepest, most respectful sympathy. Farewell.
This is appalling. Simply appalling. The cup of happiness dashed from my lips just as I was about to drink a lifelong draught. The ladder kicked from beneath my feet just as I was about to pluck the fruit of my heart from the tree which has been growing for so long. Stop a moment, though. The bride can't be found. The cottage is torn down, and the cottagers have emigrated. What proof is it that such a wedding ever took place? There's only Belvani, and Belvani isn't proof. Corroborated by the cottagers, this word might mean something. Uncorroborated, and it is worthless. I'll risk it. He can do nothing. The bride can't be found, the cottages are torn down, the cottagers have emigrated to Patagonia, and the man, the woman, and the girl by all that is infernal.
Good day, sir. We're just called to see you about the advertisement.
I tell you, I don't know you, I don't know you, go away.
But sir, you said we were to call on you this day at 11 o'clock, and we've come all the way from Dumfries to see you.
I tell you, I don't know you at all, go away, I'm very ill and it's infectious.
Sir, we fear no illness. This is Mistress McFarland, the good old mother. We'll sit with you, bottle the porridge, and nurse you through your illness until the sad day you die.
And this is Meg, my last Meg.
Attractive girl, very. I remember her perfectly.
And this is Angus, who will marry her and be more than a son to me.
Don't, mother, don't, for you bring the teardrop to my eye, and it's not right for a strong man to be blithering and sobbing like a poor weak lass.
Oh, mother, mother!
What is it, Meg?
Meg, my wife that is to be. Tell me, what's wrong with you?
Oh, mother, it's him! The man I pledged my troth to 3 weary months ago. The gallant Englishman who gave Angus 2 golden pounds to give me up.
It's the coward Englishman who well nigh broke our Meg's heart.
My lass, don't cry. Maybe he'll marry you yet.
Here's another. Does anybody else want to marry me? You, madam, don't be shy. You're a mighty fine one. Perhaps you'd like to try your luck?
Oh, sir, I do not know your name, but your bonny face has lived in my 2 eyes, sleeping and waking for 3 weary, weary months. Oh, sir, you should not have deceived such a simple, trusting lowland lass. 'Twas not well done. 'Twas not well done.
I'm a good girl. What would you wish me to do? I remember you now perfectly. You're a very charming girl. Don't fret, my dear. Let us talk this over calmly and quietly. No, you needn't go. You can stay there if you like. She is a very charming girl. Sometimes wish I... No, damn it, Chavois. Not today.
Oh, mother, he told me he loved me.
So I did. The fact is, when I told you I loved you, I quite forgot I was engaged. I thought at first you were the tree from which the fruit of my heart was growing, but I was mistaken. It was another tree.
Oh, mother, it was another tree.
Oh, Angus, it was another tree.
Don't, mother, don't. I can't bear it.
Yes, it was another tree. The point of fact, it seems it was growing on both trees. I don't know how it is, but it seems to grow in a great many trees. But you are one of them. Don't fret, my dear. You are one of them.
Chavois?
What is all this?
24 pair of socks, 2 shirts, 37 collars, 44 nightshirts, 22 flannel base coats, one ridiculous, I won't pay it.
Chavois, who is this girl I found hanging around your neck? Tell me she's someone, say, your sister or your aunt. Oh, Chavois, tell me she is your aunt, I implore you.
Chavois, tell her she is your aunt. I command you.
I beg your pardon. I didn't see you here. Allow me to explain. These ladies are my washerwomen. Yes, that's it. They have come for their small amounts. 22 of the flannel-based coats is ridiculous, quite ridiculous. And so much women get like this when they're contradicted. It's something in the suds. It undermines their constitution.
Chevrolet, I should like to believe you, but all this scarcely seems credible.
Oh, sir, he's not telling you truthfully. I'm the poor lowland lass that he stole the heart out of 3 weary months ago, and I loved him so well, and now he's married to another.
Nothing of the kind.
You are mistaken, and so is your mother. He is not yet married to another.
But, sir, it happened before my very eyes, before us all, to a beautiful lady 3 months since.
Chevrolet. Who is this beautiful lady that she speaks? Tell me that she is someone, say your aunt. Oh, Chevrolet, tell me she is your aunt. I implore you.
Chevrolet, say it is your aunt. I command you.
Dickerson, don't believe them. It was no marriage. Never met the girl, never met her before, never seen her again in my life. It's impossible we could have married without knowing. It's simply out of the question.
Chevrolet, let's be honest here. It doesn't matter to me whom you marry. So that you marry, that is enough for me. But this is business, and it mustn't be trifled with, so tell me about it.
I cannot.
But I can.
Belvane!
Yes, well, I was present when this young man, Chabois, and a certain beautiful lady were married in a cottage just on the border in the presence of these worthy people.
Oh, that's enough of me! That's enough of me! It's a Scotch marriage! And Minnie, I'm sorry, Chevrolet is taken. We shall have to find you someone else. Belvane, I am sorry to say I deprive you of your income!
I beg your pardon, not yet.
Not yet?
Well, you see, firstly, it is not quite certain whether the cottage is in England or in Scotland. And secondly, the bride can't be found.
Oh, but she shall be found. What is her name?
That I decline to state.
Oh, but you shall be near to state. I insist upon knowing this young lady's name.
Belinda Trahan!
Me, my old friend.
'Tis she.
My husband.
My wife.
What?
Says the old Obadiah to the young Obadiah, I am on fire. Obadiah, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Says the young Obadiah to the old Obadiah, Obadiah, I'm a dryer. Obadiah.
Marvelous is the power of melody over the soul that is fretted and harassed by anxiety and doubt. I can understand how valuable must have been the troubadours of old in troublous times of anarchy. Your song has soothed me.
You make me indeed glad, dear ladies, to have comforted you a little.
Oh, Mr. Belvane, I don't know what we would have done without you. Why, with your sweet songs, your amusing riddles, your clever conjuring tricks. Why, you've made these weary days of waiting pass like a delightful dream.
It is impossible to be dull in the society of one who can sing plaintive songs to soothe the soul in one moment and roll a rabbit and a guinea pig into the next.
Well, you make me indeed happy, dear ladies. But my joy will be but short-lived, for Chabois may return any moment with the news that the cottage is in Scotland. And then, oh, dear Belinda, what is to become of me?
Oh, how many issues depend on that momentous question. Has Belvane 1,000 a year, or is he ruined? Has your father that convenient addition to his income, or has he not? Can Maggie marry Angus? Or will her Clement Chevalier be satisfied? Are you to be his cherished bride? Or are you destined to a life of maiden solitude? Am I to be his honored wife? Or am I but a desolate, broken-hearted spinster? Who can tell? Who can tell?
There is a carriage out the window, with luggage. It is Chamois with the news. Maidens, ladies, allow me one word before I go. Chamois will claim one of you, that is certain. But to whichever that may be, I do not address myself. But to the other, whichever you are, I say I love you. Whichever you are, with a devoted love that I cannot describe with words. And you, whichever you are, would cast your lot with mine, I will devote my life to proving that I love you, whichever you are, with a single-hearted and devoted love, which precludes my loving any other woman in the whole world. I just thought I would mention it. Farewell.
Oh, how beautifully he expresses himself. He's indeed a rare and radiant creature.
Oh, Belinda, I fear the terrible moment is at hand.
Promise me that if Chavois should prove to be my husband, that will not prevent you from coming to stop with us, dear Chavois and me, whenever you can.
Indeed, I promise. And promise me that should Chavois be at liberty to marry me, do not let that prevent you from looking upon our house, Chavois and mine, as if it were your own.
I swear it. We shall be like dear, dear sisters. Chavois, tell me at once, are you my own, my husband?
Oh, Chavois, tell me, is poor simple little Minnie to be your bride?
Minnie, my own, my pet fruit tree. Belinda, my past, my present, and my to come. I have sorry news.
Sorry news? Then I am not his wife.
Sorry news? Then she is his wife!
My darlings, my journey has been fruitless. I have no information.
No information?
None. The McQuibagacity has gone abroad.
Weary waiting, my weary waiting.
Oh, my breaking heart, my bruised and breaking heart!
We must be patient, dear Belinda, we must be patient. After all, is the situation so bad as all that? Each of you has an equal chance of becoming my wife, and until we know which, I look upon myself as engaged to both of you. I shall love you both equally, and you shall both love me, and we will be as happy together as three little birds.
Oh, you are so kind and thoughtful, dear Chavois.
Oh, Chavois, I truly believe, in my own simple little way, that you are the best man in the whole world.
No.
Oh, but Chavois, it makes me happy to think so.
Does it? Then it may be. Perhaps I am. Now, tell me, how has the time passed since I left? Have my darlings been dull?
We would indeed have been dull if not for the airy Belvani. This airy creature has done his best to make the hours fly. He is an entertaining rattlesnake. Rather, I say rattletrap.
Bellavana's making the hours fly, has he? I'll make him fly when I see him.
Oh, but what of his conjuring tricks?
Confound his conjuring tricks.
But have you seen the one where he pulls a live hen, 2 hairbrushes, and 1.5 pounds of butter out of his handkerchief pocket?
I have not had that advantage.
It is a thrilling sight.
So I should be disposed to imagine. Pretty goings on in my absence. You two girls, forget, you two are engaged to be married to me.
Chavois, do not judge us too harshly. The hours crept by me without you, and when, to lighten the gloom in which we were plunged, the kindly creature pulled out a live rabbit smothered in onions from his left boot. We could do nothing but smile. He's promised to teach me the trick.
Has he? That's his confounded impudence. Now, once and for all, I'll have nothing of the kind. One of you is to be my wife, and until I know which, I will permit no Belvani of any kind whatsoever, or anything approaching thereunto.
How long must we wait until one of us may begin Belvani?
I cannot say. The Makubagasic has gone to Central Africa. Post cannot reach him. He will not return for 6 years.
6 years? Why in 6 years I'll be 8 and 20? 6 years? Why in 6 years the statute of limitations will be in, and he'll have the right to renounce us both?
True. You're quite right. Chavois, I love you madly, desperately, as no woman has ever loved a man before. This poor, inexperienced child who clings to me as the ivy clings to mine also loves you as no woman has loved a man before. Even that poor cottage maiden whose rustic heart you so recklessly enslaved worships you with a devotion that has no parallel in the annals of the heart. All we ask for this unalloyed affection is that you recommend us to a respectable solicitor.
But, my darlings, reflect. I can't marry all three of you. I'm most willing to consider myself engaged to all three of you, as much as the law will allow. You see, I do all I can. I'd marry all three of you with pleasure, if I could. But as the law stands now, I'm sorry to say, I'm very sorry to say, it is out of the question.
Poor fellow. He has my tenderest sympathies, but we have no other option but to place ourselves under a protective aegis of the jury of our own countrymen.
Minnie, Miss Rehearn, the post has just brought me 2 letters, one of which bears a Marseille postmark and is, I doubt not, from the McQuibagasti. He must have written it just before starting for Central Africa.
From the Makubagasi? Oh, read it, read it!
Oh, how can you torture us with this delay? Have you no curiosity?
Well, on this point, no. You see, it don't matter much to me whom Chavois marries, so that he marries, that's enough for me. However, your anxiety is natural, so I will gratify it. In reply to your letter, I have to inform you that Evan Cottage is certainly in England. The deeds relating to this property place this beyond all question.
It's in England! This deed blow is indeed a crusher against such a blow I cannot stand. Oh, Belinda, my darling dear sister Belinda, forgive me. Oh, Belinda, don't look at me like that. Speak to me, Belinda, speak to me.
Speak to you? Yes, I'll speak to you. I am not yet married to Chavois, this is true. But why should I not be? I am as young as you. I am as beautiful as you. I have more money than you. Oh, I will try. Oh, how hard I will try.
Oh, I wish you may get him.
Minnie, if you were not my most darling friend in the world, I could pinch you.
Oh dear me, how terrible.
What's terrible, dear Papa?
Well, family writes to inform me that the indestructible bank ceased payments yesterday, and Chavois shares are waste paper.
My word, there is an end to him.
An end to him? What do you mean? You aren't going to throw him over?
Oh, don't be disappointed in me, dear Papa. But unless your Tom Tit is mistaken, the Royal Indestructible Bank was not registered under the Joint Stock Companies Act of '62, thus making all of its shareholders jointly and severely liable for all of its active capital. So, you know.
You decline to marry? Do I hear correctly?
I don't know what your hearing has to do with it, but judging by how excited you are, I say you heard me quite clearly.
Oh, this is a pretty business. Down out of 1,000 a year and by my own daughter. What a terrible thing is this incessant craving after money. Upon my word, some people seem to think they are sent into the world with no other purpose than to acquire wealth. And by Jove, they sacrifice their nearest and dearest just to get ahead. It's most humiliating. Most humiliating.
Uncle Semperson, have you heard the news?
Yes, I have. And a pretty man of business you are to invest all your money in an unregistered company.
Oh, Uncle, don't you turn against me. Belinda is not my wife. I'm a ruined man, and my three darlings, whom I love with a fidelity, which in these easygoing days is simply quixotic, will have nothing to say to me. Your daughter, Minnie, declines to accompany me to the altar. Belinda, I feel sure, will revert to Belvani, and Maggie is at this moment hanging around that Scotch idiot's neck, though she knows that in doing so, it simply tortures me. Oh, Sanderson, I never loved anything as much as I loved those three. Never. And they'll all slip through my fingers, I'm sure they will.
Oh, pooh, pooh, sir, do you think nobody loses but you? Why, I am done out of 1,000 a year buyer.
For that matter, Simperson, I have a very vivid idea. You won't have to wait long for the money.
Oh, yes, I understand.
Huh?
Yes, Miss McFarlane. I had thought of her myself. A very fine woman for her years. A beautiful ruin, majestic in its decay. Chevois, my boy, I congratulate you.
You mistake me. I'm not going to marry anybody.
Not going to... Then how?
There is another contingency upon which you come into the money. My death.
Oh, yes. I never thought of that. And as you say, one can die but once.
I beg your pardon, I never said anything of the kind, but it is true for all that.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry, but if you've made up your mind to it...
Why, when a man's lost everything, what has he left to live for?
True, nothing much, still...
His hopes gone, his happiness gone, the three girls he's engaged to, gone.
Indeed, it's a hopeless situation. Quite hopeless.
His happiness wrecked, his hopes blighted, the three trees from which the fruits of his heart are growing, all cut down. What is left but suicide?
Yes, it certainly seems that way. Farewell.
Uncle Simperson,
Yes?
you seem to think I want to kill myself. I don't want to do anything of the kind. I'd much rather live. Upon my soul I would, if I could think of a reason for living. Uncle Simperson, can't you think of something that will check my heroic impulse toward this self-destruction?
Something? Why, yes. Say you were to jump into the serpentine, which is handy, and as I understand, a pleasant way of going out of the world, rather an enjoyable sensation otherwise. Well, you'd get soaking wet, and your clothes would be absolutely ruined.
Well, for that matter, I could take off my clothes before I went in.
Yes, I never thought of that. You take off your clothes, you go in at night, and that objection falls to the ground. Chevois, my lion-hearted boy, I salute you!
Good fellow, Simperson. I like a man who's open to conviction, but it's no use. All my attractions are gone, and I can't live unless I feel I'm fascinated. Still, there's one chance left. A Belinda. I haven't tried her yet. She perhaps, after all, loved me for myself alone. It's not likely, but it's barely possible.
Out of the question. I represented to her that you are unlikely to induce anyone to marry you now that you are penniless, and she felt my income secure. So she gave me her hand and her heart.
Then all is lost. My last chance is gone, and the irrevocable die is cast. Be happy with her, Ebelvani. Be happy with her.
Happy? All right, you shall dine with us after our honeymoon, and see for yourself.
No, I shall not do that. Long before you return, I shall be quite out of the reach of dinners.
I understand. You are going abroad. Well, I do not see why you could not do better than try another country.
But Lonnie, I'm going to try another world.
What do you mean?
In 2 minutes, I die.
You're joking, of course.
Do I look like a man who jokes? Is my frame of mind one in which a man indulges in trivialities?
Chevois, pray reflect.
Why should it concern you? You will be happy with Belinda. You will not be well off, but Simperson will. And I dare say he'll give you a meal every now and again. It will not be a nice meal, but it will still be a meal.
Pray, Chabois, reflect. You mustn't do this. There are matters of great consequence that depend upon your existence.
My mind is made up.
But I shall be ruined.
Where's Belinda's fortune?
Belinda will not have me if I am ruined. Chabois, you mustn't do this. It is wrong. It's culpable.
Life is valueless to me without Belinda.
You shall have Belinda. Oh, she is much, very much to me, but she isn't everything. And I remember our friendship of old, and you are dear to me, Chabois, very dear to me. You may have anything you like in the whole world if you but consent to live.
If only I thought you were in earnest, but no.
In earnest? In earnest? Why, what's the use of Belinda to me if I am ruined? Why, she would hardly look at me.
But perhaps, if I'm ruined, she won't look at me.
Chabois, I'll confess all. You are not ruined.
Not ruined.
No, not ruined. I invented the statement.
Invented the statement? Oh, Belvani, thank you. Thank you 1,000 times. Not ruined. Oh, I'm very much obliged to you. Belvani, you're the happiest man in the whole world. But what the devil did you mean by circulating such a report about me? How dare you do that, sir? Answer me that, sir.
I did it to gain Belinda's love. I knew she only loved you for your well.
It was a liberty. A liberty. To put it mildly, it was a liberty.
Yes, it was. That's the word for it. It was a liberty. But I'll go and undeceive her myself immediately.
Now that I have recovered my fortune, and with it my tree, I'm the happiest man in the whole world. My money, my mistress's money, I would like to go mad with joy. Hello, what's the matter?
What? You're still alive?
Yes. Why? There's something wrong.
Oh, no, my dear young friend. This is merely symbolical. You see, after your terrible threat, which I doubt not you intend to put at once into execution.
My dear uncle, this is very touching. This unmans me. But cheer up, my friend. I have good news for you.
Good news?
Yes. I'm about to release the pall that has fallen over your ancient years. I have consented to live.
Consented to live? Why, this is confounded treason. I don't understand this line of conduct at all. You threaten to commit suicide, and your friends are terribly distraught. But with time, they become reconciled to the prospect of losing you. They become resigned, cheerful even. And once they have reached this Christian state of mind, you change your mind and tell them you consent to live. It's just not business, sir. It's just not business.
But uncle, I've nothing to commit suicide for. I'm a rich man, and Belinda will no doubt accept me with joy and gratitude.
Oh, Belinda will do nothing of the sort. She has just left the house with Belvani in a cab, and under the most affectionate circumstances.
Left with Belvani? Where have they gone?
Oh, I don't know. Very likely to be married.
Married?
Yes, before the registrar.
I've been sold. I see that now. Belvani has done me. Well, I'm not a man who stands such treatment quietly. I'll be revenged upon them for the 24 hours older. They think they may be happy, but I'll show them their mistake. She thinks she marries him because she thinks income is secure. Simpson, I'll not blow out my brains. I'll do worse. I'll marry.
Marry?
Yes, marry. Anybody will do.
Well, let me do.
Yes, many will do. Center.
Oh, in one moment. Many.
Belinda, alone in a cab with Belvani? It's maddening to think about. He's got his arm around her shoulders, no doubt, if I know anything of human nature. Gone off to be married. Well, I'll have nothing of the kind. I'll write at once to the registrar and tell them that she is married to me. Why am I constant by disposition? Why is it that when I love a girl, I can think of no other girl but that girl? But when a girl loves me, she seems to retain the same kind of affection for mankind at large. It's simply humiliating.
Mr. Chabois-Hill, Papa says you wish to speak with me?
Yes. Miss Nickerson, a short time ago, you rejected my offer. I will not pretend that I am pleased with you for rejecting me. In fact, I think it was in the worst taste. But let bygones be bygones. Circumstances rendered it necessary that I should marry at once. And you'll do. And all answer will be esteemed as this is business.
Oh, Mr. Hill, I was assured by my dear Papa that the report of your income was mistaken. And as I hope this to be the case, you must understand that I would like some proof of your position.
Mercenary little donkey, do not consent to proof. I renounce her altogether. Maggie, come here at once. Angus, step back and don't you listen. Maggie, 3 months ago I told you I loved you passionately. Today I tell you I love you as passionately as ever. And may I am still a rich man. May I trouble you for a postage stamp? Well, what do you say? An early answer must be esteemed as this is business.
Oh, sir, you're very late. Oh, Chabois, if only I'd known sooner. I love you right well. The blood of my heart is not so dear to me as you. Oh, Chabois, my own old love, my old love.
Poor lass, it just draws the water from my eye to hear her. Mother, mother, my heart is breaking.
But why is it too late? I offer to marry you. You say that you love me. And my station in life is at least equal to your own. What is there to prevent our union?
Oh, Chabois, you're very kind to poor little Maggie, but she's placed the matter in her solicitor's hands, and he tells her that an action for breach will only bring damages to the tune of £1,000. There's a lad outside now, here to serve the bonny writ on you.
There is a curse upon me. No one will marry me. No one. Not one.
Don't say that, sir. There's many women, no soft young foolish lass either, but grown women of sober age who would be more mother than wife to you. That's what you need, poor lad, for you're no equal to taking care of yourself.
Mrs. McFarlane, you are right. And a man of quick impulse and energetic action. I see, I feel, I speak. I cannot help it. Madam, that is to say, you're the tree upon which no, damn it, I can't. One must draw the line somewhere. Oh, well, Linda, you have returned to me at last. You've not gone off with Avani at all. Oh, thank heaven, thank heaven.
I thought, as I came in, I heard you say something about a tree.
Yes. As you came in, I was reflecting that I am a man of quick impulse and energetic action. I have £2,000 a year, and I love you passionately. And I lay it all together, heart, soul, and income at your feet.
Chabois, I love you with an irresistible fervor that seems to parch my very existence. I loved you as no woman could ever love a man, and I shall never love a man again. But my belief that you're ruined, I went before the registrar with my beloved Belmont, and that registrar has made us one.
Bless him for it. Bless him for it.
One word. I have not yet seen the document that blights my fondest hopes. I trust for form's sake I may be permitted to cast my eye over a document.
Why, yes, of course. Here it is.
In reply to your letter, I have to inform you that Evan Cottage is certainly in England. These relatives have hardly placed it. This beyond all question. Thank you. I am satisfied.
Sir, please remove your arm from this maiden. She is my wife.
Release me, I am his wife.
Crushed, crushed, crushed.
Turn over?
Turn over? Why should I do that? Oh, I see. Hello!
What?
P.S. I may add that the borderline runs through the property. The cottage is undoubtedly in England, though the garden is in Scotland.
And we were married in the garden.
Belinda, we were married in the garden.
Belinda, don't leave me like this.
Chavois, I loved you, but I have a duty to Chavois now that he is my husband. That is impossible, nay, criminal to resist. Farewell, Belvani. Many may have you yet. Chavois, my husband, my old love, if the devotion of a lifetime can atone for the misery of these past few days, I give it to you with the admiration and gratitude and love of a life.
Oh, my own tender blossom of my budding hopes, tree upon which the fruit of my heart is growing, past, present, future, my own to come.